Eagle Lake is obviously a very unique community in so much as that it becomes isolated. And I want to talk a little bit about the road access, what roads are going to be under and are not going to be under. I want to assure you that we will have law enforcement on the ground here at Eagle Lake for the duration of this flood event. We will have deputies that are actually going to be staying on Eagle Lake. We've procured fuel sources and food sources. We're going to have them planted here, and they're not going to leave until this is over with. So for those of you that choose to leave, we're going to watch your property. We're going to make every human effort to make sure that everything is okay when you get back. And I will say this, and I'll tell the public this: we're not going to tolerate the sightseers and people coming up here just to see what's going on. Once the highway goes under, the access to Eagle Lake is going to be limited to the property owners that actually have property here, and we're going to do our best to assist the levee board in enforcing that. We've talked to the Issaquena Sheriff's Office. I talked to them as late as just a few minutes ago. Issaquena Sheriff's Office is partnering with us with issues on the levee because most of you know that runs through two different jurisdictions. I'm going to show you a map in just a minute, but we're going to have more water here in and around us than any of us remember having. The roads that are going to be under, some of them are the normal ones. 465, as you know, 465 is going to go under. 465 probably going to go under Sunday night, Monday morning, and I'll let the Corps address the specific water levels to you. Mr. Nimrod is here. He's going to address issues with you as far as access to the backwater levee, who will have access to that. The mainline levee, 465, of course, will be open, that you can travel that so long as Low Water Bridge in Sharkey County doesn't have water on it. When that closes, you're going to be limited to taking the 465 levee all the way out to Highway 1. Kelly Worthy is here, who is your countywide fire coordinator. We have Jerry Briggs, who is the countywide EMS coordinator for the county volunteer fire departments. Of course, your fire chief is here. This fire station will be manned. There'll be firefighters. There'll also be medical first responders here on the lake in case of a medical emergency. You'll have people that will respond immediately. They're not going to have to come from Vicksburg. So we're doing everything that we can to make sure the public safety issues are addressed up front. The majority of your questions, at least the questions that have been coming through my office, have been how am I going to come and go from the lake, and questions about the lake. Some of that I can address by showing you a map. I don't want to do a whole lot of graphs and stuff. I'm going to talk you through this because most of you are familiar with this, but for any of you that are not familiar with it, the flooded areas, the areas that are going to flood, are going to be the normal places that flood every year or every time we have a flood event. We have concerns about Highway 61, and some of you have talked to me about that. The Corps of Engineers, as late as this morning, partnering with MDOT, have readdressed the numbers, and again, I'm going to let them address the specifics. We have concerns about Highway 61 at Redwood, but as of right now, it looks like it will probably be okay. But the book on this flood hasn't been written yet, so we don't know exactly because we've never had that much water in this area. If 61, Highway 61 at Redwood, if it should go under, you're going to be very limited at that point because the only access to Eagle Lake will be from the north. Coming back to Vicksburg would require that you go to, the easiest route would be to go to Rolling Fork, cut across to Holly Bluff, from Holly Bluff to Satartia, back down Highway 3 to Phoenix Road, from Phoenix Road to the Russellville Road. Russellville becomes Oak Ridge Road and then on into Vicksburg. That will be a tremendous drive should we lose Highway 61. At this point, the best predictions are from the Corps and from MDOT that 61 will be very, very close, but it should be okay. The Low Water Bridge Road in Sharkey County is likely going under before the crest, which is going to limit you, as I said earlier, to the main levee 465 straight into Highway 1.